Hello, YouTube world. I have a interesting topic for today's little vlog. As you can see, I'm not in the normal truck. The work truck is having alternator issues. It is getting worked on today, I think. So I'm driving actually my boss's truck. Anyway, the topic I want to get onto today is voicemail. How many people actually use their voicemail anymore? Because I've noticed, and I know what it is. I know a lot of people are screening their calls. They don't want to answer a machine or telemarketer. I understand that. But what I've noticed, especially cell phones, you call them, you leave a voicemail, and literally, give me some space, buddy. Literally, within minutes of hanging up, they instantly call the number right back. It's like, what was you doing that you couldn't answer it right there, but you got there quick enough to literally call me back as I'm hanging up from your voicemail, or while I'm leaving a message? That's the one I laugh at. Like, I'm starting to leave a message, and I can hear the beep on the phone of someone calling me while I'm leaving the message. And normally when people call me back, because I don't leave my cell phone number, because I use my phone for work. I don't leave my number. When I leave a voicemail, I leave the store number. And I know when they call me back exactly like that, that just tells me that they just literally redialed the last number they called, and they're not listening to the message, and they call like, who's this? And then I got to give them the spiel all over again about, I'm such and such with such and such. I just left you a message. Oh, I didn't check my voicemail yet. And then I just want to look at them and say, no shit. Or just reply to them saying, no shit. I mean, that's apparent. You know, I'm in the middle of leaving you a message right now, and you're calling me right back. And I just want to ask them, you know, are you screening your calls? Are you dodging someone, or what? I just noticed, you know, these past couple of years, just phone use has completely changed. I mean, if I'm somewhere and I don't have hands-free, and if I'm driving, someone calls, depending on if I think it's important, if I think the call is going to be answered within a minute or two of answering the call, I'll answer it. If they try to drag the call out, I'll tell them I'm driving, I don't have my hands free, I'll have to call you back, or let me pull over and I'll call you back. And some people get really upset about that. And a lot of people don't realize that it's a ticketable offense. In West Virginia, you know, they can pull you over for talking on your cell phone without a hands-free. You know, and then you got these people that I see them all the time, texting and driving. I mean, I've watched them do it. I've watched them sit there and perfect example. There's been a couple people I've paced right beside and just watched them, and they'll sit there like this for a good minute if it's just straight, and you just sit there and just watch them drift, and they'll glance up, correct, and go right back to the phone. And I'm like, really? I mean, come on, people. Whatever's on that phone can wait to either you come to a stop or I don't know. I mean, normally if I get a message, I'll wait till I come to a red light. I'll read it real quick and put it away. I won't sit there and try to reply unless the reply is like yes or no or okay or something like that. Something that I can knock out literally. You know, like 3 letters, send, put the phone back up. I just don't get it. I mean, and what's even more funny is I see these people in these brand new vehicles. I know they have hands-free. A lot of vehicles anymore come standard with it. I mean, you have to really get a basic vehicle to not have hands-free. And, Christ, GM, the Chevy Spark, the entry-level price point for that car comes with hands-free. It's like $11,000, $12,000 out the door with hands-free air conditioning. I mean, you can buy aftermarket stereos with hands-free built in. I have one in my car. I mean, and then you see the people that have it, they don't use it. Either they don't know how to sync it, or the dealer didn't do it for them, or something happened to where they won't take the time to do it. And what they'll do is I'll see them just go down the road like this, like, yeah. I'm like, really? You have hands-free and you don't use it? I don't understand. I really don't. And then you hear these people talk about how the coming generation is so tech savvy, it's so technology based. No, it is, yeah, but I've seen I don't know how many teenage kids or kids in their mid-20s, early or late 20s. I know, you know, if it's not a tablet or a smartphone or some type of a PC, they don't understand it. And I know that's not indicative of everybody. I understand that. But I just see so many people that have the availability and technology in their car, and they don't do it, or they don't spend the money to get the technology. They figure, oh, I don't need it. I mean, before we had this, I mean, there was Bluetooth earpieces, and don't get me wrong, I understand the whole point of, like, oh, you look like a total douchebag, or this and that. I mean, I didn't care. I had one. I was one of those people that had one in my ear all the time. I quit carrying them because, well, for 2 reasons. One, there's a couple I had that either didn't fit my ear right. I've had like 1 or 2 really good ones I really liked. And one of them I really liked, they got ran through the washer, so it didn't work anymore. And the other one that worked, that fit decently, a dog, my mom's dog chewed it up. Which, granted, it was my fault. I left it laying on the bed. All I saw was a flashing blue light. And away it went. And what's real funny is even like a couple years ago was the last time I actually bought another earpiece. And I just quit wearing it just because I just couldn't. It just didn't feel comfortable. I know it takes time to get used to them, but once I would take it out, I wouldn't want to put it back in. And something like the hook that went over the ear got broke. And they don't just sell the hook; you got to buy a whole new earpiece. But a couple years ago with that, I've had, I don't know how many people ask me, what is that? And I'm like, I want to say, well, I'd tell them what it is. But, to myself, I'm thinking, really? How long have they been around? Are they really that uncommon anymore? I mean, I know they wasn't really common to begin with, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just bitching the bitch. Well, I'm about to where I'm going, and I've more or less finished my topic, so I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog right here.